Today in our Walkabout World, which is completely downloadable, we are going to make this awesome desert base. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in my Walkabout World series. This series is where I build one thing and then give you the world download for the entire world that I've built previously. Last time it was episode 10 where we did this working lighthouse that was off of episode 9, which was the docks, which was just off from the windmill. It's all compounds itself on and on and on. And this world is starting to really become quite large. You get the world download for all of it, and it is free for anybody. The link will be in the description below for today's world download. That is episode 11. But we're in the middle of the sea. Which way is episode 11? Hang on, there's a sign up here. Episode 11 apparently is that way. So we're just coming to the shore of the other side, the lighthouse being all the way over there, and this looks like a bit of sand with some rocks separating it. That was definitely the place I needed to come out. The rocks told me so, but there's nothing really here. But this is still the site of Walkabout 11. This is going to be a desert base, a base in the desert. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's going to be quite fun. Don't do a lot of desert building, so this one, which was a challenge from a number of people watching these, is going to be an awful lot of fun. And well, let's see if we get it right. I've got to somehow turn this green into desert, and then we can start building. So I guess it's sand at the ready. We've got a bit of a bounded desert. I just built up a little bit around each side just to try and restrict it so as it didn't just go from yellow to green because it looks rubbish. And we have got a wall of sorts that just shows that we've got to come up this bit between the two rocks. I get my OCD, what can I tell you? But what we're going to do now is we're going to come along in here and we're going to start to build out the basis of our desert base. Now, I'm going to be using a really simple method here of 5x5 shapes. Now, Andy as Yoda is the king of this, so shout out to Andy because he come up with the 5x5 concept. I don't always agree with it. I quite like 7x7 and 9x9 and 9x7 and things like that. But for this, I think 5x5 is actually going to work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build up a number of 5x5 boxes all the way around the desert. And hopefully, by the end of it, we're going to have a footprint that we're going to be able to work with. So there's one. And there's two. And then I'm just going to carry on doing this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. I'm just going to carry on doing this until I've got a proper footprint. We have a template that we might adapt a little bit and move around. I don't know at the moment. I'm kind of playing with it. I'm not entirely sure where it's going to go. Now, this is the gamble. I'm going to be building myself basically a 5x5 box. Nothing more complex than that. 5x5 box like this. You can see it there, look. And I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm basically going to repeat this over and over and over again on this entire structure, and then on some of them I'm going to go another high, and on some of them I might even go another high. And if I keep doing this, I can then, once I've done that outer structure, I can start to bring in all of the detailing and changing this up, because a base is obviously not just a load of boxes. And clearly with things like this one, I'll remove this wall here so as it's continuous, etc, etc. So this is a bit of a labour, this one. It's going to be fun. World Edit would make this a lot easier, but we're not playing with World Edit in this one, so we're just going to build it up and you are going to watch me, and then we're going to change stuff afterwards. This could be interesting. So basically that looks like a big pile of sandstone blocks, and the main reason for it looking like a big pile of sandstone blocks is because it is a big pile of sandstone blocks. But we're going to do something with it now, I hope, he says with his tongue firmly sticking out the side of his mouth. Right, so we've got to detail it up, and the best way to detail it up, obviously, first off, is to grab ourselves some wood, and it gives us a little bit of structure and form, I think. And if we can make ourselves some on the outer corner of each of our things here, that ought to be able to give us the beginnings of at least an idea where it is we're going with this. That's a big open space. I might need to put a little bit more on the side of that. That comes there, that comes there, that comes there, that comes there, all the way around. And then once we've got these, we'll make them obviously to the height of the buildings itself. I may delete all of them because it may not work, but what I think is acacia should work quite well here. I think I'll pop that there and that there, and then similarly where we've got gaps here, we're going to have to do the same there as well. So we've got a little bit of work to do. I then need to bring in some windows. Let's say, for example, if this is one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the fifth one there, no, there, which means that the central window would be there, no, there. Is that right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was right the first time. So the central window would be there. So we need to get ourselves some windows in also, and a door. Now, where are we going to make the entrance to this thing? I think that the entrance ought to be, I think we'll make a grand entrance. I appreciate that there's a wall there, but there obviously won't always be a wall there because we're going to split these out. A grand entrance in there, and that opens up. Oh, I forgot to put some torches in these ones. Let's just pop some torches down. That can be the grand entrance, and that can kind of be an external internal space, with this guy being a bit of an archway open, and we can actually open that up all the way to there. I wonder if we could open that up even wider. Let's make it 5 wide. That could work. Brilliant. Let's get detailing. We've started to turn this sandstone block into something that's got some semblance of shape. It looks a little bit like a hotel in the desert at the minute, and we want to transform that away from that a little bit and turn it into more of a desert base type feel. But what we need to do first, I think, is to stop all of these flat surfaces. We need some level of crenellation, I think, on here, because that's really what lends itself to a desert build. So if I pop those like that, I'm sort of just experimenting a little bit. If I get some pop outs on these as well, will that work? That might be interesting. That's quite a nice look. We can certainly start to vary up the flatness of these surfaces, because we're going to have some farming areas on some of these roofs, possibly something going along the top of that bridge area. So I guess now it's time to really get some more intimate detail around the outsides. Let's crack on. So we've got all of the window detailing in and the door detailing in. We've gone inside a little bit and put in some floors, but not completely. What I've not done is put anything in the flower pots. We've still got plenty of detailing to do, but I do want to change up some of these levels. For example, I want to be getting some planting done, so we're going to have crops on the roof. I'm going to try and avoid doing any farms on the floor, so as anything within the base is safe, anything outside of the base could potentially be mobbed. So let's crack on with getting that bit done. So with the outside pretty much done, just a little bit left, we're going to start to do the inside. I've already started it off by putting in some barrels and giving myself a bit of an entranceway here, but we need to open all of this up. If you remember, this is all 3x3 holes. Look, there's loads of them, so we've got to open all of this up, and where we find floors like this, we need to open them up too, because we want all of the floors and the ceilings to be this acacia plankage. I don't know what happened to all my torches. I must have missed loads. Let's get some of these floors all laid, and we're going to give ourselves not a completely open plan, but a fairly open plan. I shall be back when I've done it all. I think we might actually be finished with this fella. Now the internals are nice and open, so somebody can come along and make something of it. So let's just have a look inside, shall we? Coming around the little water feature, I just thought I'd throw in the front. You know, in the desert you have little pools of water. I thought it made sense. We'll go in the front door, which I've already introduced you to, and we are inside. Little seating area. There's all kinds of storage around this side. Jumping, it's got a lot of places to go here. So there's a little bit of furnacing and smelting. There's an enchanting area. And then we go up the stairs. No doubt I'll forget some of the areas, so you'll have to come and see it for yourself. Remember, there's a world download. We've got all of this here. We can come upstairs here, coming around. Oh, quick before I run out of time. We've got our melons there. We've got another way of coming upstairs here, coming through this door here into our bedroom, which has got loads and loads of space. I'm going to cheat now. We can do it, but it's a bit of a maze. Coming down here, you can see we've got stairs down to the lower level. In fact, let's go down through the lower level because it's a little bit more interesting. Coming through this way, we've got our tunnel that comes all the way to the other side. You can see here, little steps downwards into the underside, and you can come out in this little courtyard area here. That is one decent desert base. Now this one took a really long time, so please do take the trouble to come and download this fella. It is completely free. Link is in the description below. Download it and let me know what you think. This is Walkabout 11. I just walked straight through that dead bush. You see that? I must be a ghost. Walkabout 12 will be somewhere behind me, and I'm not entirely certain how we're going to transition it. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you enjoy them, and I will keep on making. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.